What's that audio, baby? What's that audio signal? Extremely high sensitive. Think for all the streamers out there, always realize before you can't praise them enough to get to hang out with them one day. Hey, it's your boy Rocco, King Size Muscle, local 666 269.com podcast, bringing you some new flavor. Yeah, baby, it's here. It's time for the Neuro Spicy podcast.com. Let's face it. The Muse has been good to us and has blessed us with a new concept here at the Artist Magician Guild of Local 666 269. I have survived my first bout of COVID, which for me is a big deal, but apparently, unless you've had it like 3 or 4 fucking times in America, you're still a pussy. So, regardless of that, I'm glad that I was vaxxed and boosted and decided to lean on a little bit of extra alternative therapy with Deninopi, which I'll explain later on. Essentially, a metabolism booster to basically get that old metabolism to get up there, along with breathing rate and everything else. But again, I digress when I should be talking about neurospicy, baby. This is a term that has been leaking around for a little while since this journey of my own ADHD as a late diagnosed adult, and I know a lot of people out there are self-diagnosed per se. However you want to identify is fine. It's just that if you're here at Neurospicy, it's probably going to be a lot easier if you're a neurodivergent superhero. If you're somewhere on the scale through attention deficit disorder, hyper disorder, bipolar, Asperger's, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, whatever it may be, as long as you think differently. And for quite a long time here, dealing with ADHD, and especially a late diagnosis as an adult, trying to figure out, what the hell's wrong with me. Not a goddamn thing. If you want to know the truth, in an insane society, the sane man appears insane. I think that's pretty deep. I read it on a box of cereal, or either heard it on Star Trek. I'm not sure, one of the two. I think it's Spock. Live long and prosper, baby. 2 in the pink and 2 in the stink. Neurospicy is a term that's come up, I think, from a lot of people post-pandemic, especially all our sisters in struggle now. Used to say, our sisters in iron and our sisters and whatever else, but they're at fucking war right now, as we've declared war on women in this country. Straight up. We have failed. We have failed our significant others. We have failed our wives, our girlfriends, our sisters, our mistresses, our polyamorous lovers, our aunties, our grandmothers, our daughters, everything. We have failed them. We have fucking failed them. On our watch, we have taken a backward step in the constitutional right for a woman to make a decision about her own body. On our watch. And so this argument that, it's not all men. It is. It's all men. Myself fucking included in this case, because of the argument, if we treat all handguns as loaded, whether we know for a fact they are not or whatever else, we cannot Schrodinger look at the cat or the ammunition in a gun and say it is loaded or not loaded. It's not that kind of a game. So if you love guns like I do, along with other people, you treat every fucking weapon as loaded, and you never draw your weapon down on somebody unless you intend to help them meet the maker. Because God made man and Smith & Wesson made them equal. And so growing up, if I walked into a place with, somebody was banging or whatever else and they drew down on me, I took that very fucking serious, even if they were in my own clique, because that's bullshit. That's how shit happens. I know too well because it's happened in my fucking family. We treat all guns as loaded. And so now I understand all men. The argument, all men. I said, oh, not all men. I'm a good guy. I'm not me. I'm a gentleman. Yeah. No, all men. And why do I say all men is because of what has happened here with the Supreme Court of this country on our watch here in 2022. They have confounded us with so much fucking absurdity over these past years that we've been jaded to the process. We knew this was coming. Instead of pitchforks and fucking torches and a little bit of petrol and a little bit of bottles and a little bit of Kotex and a little bit of laundry detergent, or styrofoam cups. You melt the styrofoam cups in the gasoline, nice and sticky, along with all the other horse shit. Simultaneously, hey, just as good as getting your fucking free COVID test from the government. They're just about ready to fucking send handguns out to everybody. At least they don't give a fuck who buys them anymore. Really? This is where we're at? So you're goddamn right we need a Neurospicy podcast. We need to organize. We need to get together. Those of us who have neurodivergent brains, those of us who think differently. We're out there. We're on these platforms. We're realizing that we have something in common. It's not us. It's them. We hate to get down to that sort of binary us versus them, but we're at a point now where only direct action is going to fucking fix this bullshit. This American Taliban fucking Handmaid's Tale bullshit. Unfucking believable. If my ass is not on a fucking plane next week going to fucking Thailand, I don't know what's going to happen. That's the true story. I got fucking nothing to lose at this point, ladies and gentlemen. That's how neurospicy I am at this point. Peterson's right. You don't have to agree with everything with Jordan Peterson, but he's right. Dangerous men who are disciplined are the ones that we should be concerned with. And I've been holding this shit down tighter as a fucking cat holding a mouse on the doorstep to show you for 2.5 years since coming back. I'm not happy about it, and nor should you. So be safe, ladies. You are at war right now because we've declared war on you. You be safe. Listen to your experts. Listen to your frontliners. Don't take those phones to protests. Yes, you can delete the period tracking apps, especially if you're going to be involved in direct action. I've had this argument before in the past with a good friend of mine, Monroe Alexandra, who's in somewhere back east now. And we were talking about the Guangzhou Metro. You know, I lived in China for 15 years, no secret, but one of the most reliable forms of transportation across this massive city. Runs on time, gets crowded a few places, but it's an amazing metro system that's expanded from when I was there, it was 2 lines, and now it's like fucking 12 or 14 lines. It's amazing. They have special carts in the front and the back for women at certain times of the day, so it's only women and children. And so, of course, a lot of times foreigners sometimes end up there because they don't know that that's the case, even though it's all done in pink and says, hey, this is reserved for women during peak hours. They have to give women their own car, even in China, which is usually pretty above board as far as not being a bunch of lecherous fucking turds. But I think a lot of that has to do with the arrested development that we are feeling as a globalized society, where men have just slightly become extremely mediocre, playing their fucking video games and shit, and not out there fucking taking care of this shit that's going on. This aggression will not stand. They can't abide by it. Sorry. So the gist of my conversation was, okay, I understand, because I'm a dude, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Give them a special car, but that's still a type of separate, but equal, supposedly, idea. See, I remember that. These fuckers are all worried about critical race theory in schools. It's a fucking imaginary fucking problem that they've made up. Thank you, fuck, Fox News. But as a kid studying civics, we did talk about sort of this separate but equal, Jim Crow and all that shit like that. When it comes to women's rights, this is not a solution. I'm trying to explain to her. You have to take the cheese. This world is a will to power, nothing else. And so instead of having a special cart for women at a certain time of day, no, the women need to go in there and fucking claim that motherfucker. Snatch their soul. And if somebody enters that space that does not belong there, either an unsuspecting foreign male or just a standardized male during that time, fuck off. You have to protect it. You think, well, that's man shit. No, that's not man shit. That's human shit. We are not that fucking evolved, ladies and gentlemen. We're not that goddamn smart. We're fucking monkeys with cell phones. And now we're declaring a war on women in this country with corrupt judges. Now, I'm skating on thin ice on certain social platforms because I've spoken out very, very vehemently and directly about this bullshit because it makes me very angry because I know what it means for some states and for some people and some families in some situations. The fact that we're going to make teenage girls carry their incestuous rape fucking baby to term because of the Iron Age Sheep Herder's Guide to the Galaxy? Are you fucking joking? What kind of multiverse did I fucking stumble into? I know things were fucked up when that orange baboon was in charge, but this shit is just ridiculous. And they're going to continue to fucking erode these things away. Why? Why? Wei Shima, as we say in China. That fucking demon Bush that left the country the first time when he came back in the office the second time because I knew he was going to start fucking up the court. He laid the fucking ground rules. And the fact that we let that fucking toupee con artist, like the Tasmanian devil, I start talking about this guy, slip in those grossly bigoted, racist, unqualified judges for lifetime appointments. How high were we really? Seriously, how the fuck did we let that happen? So I'm skating on thin ice because a pretty well-known platform doxer on TikTok named the Dinesh guy fucking gave people their addresses. I reposted that shit as soon as I could because if I'm not allowed to write those dirty fucking corrupt cocksuckers a letter at least to say, what the hell are you doing? Then where is my freedom as a fucking citizen in this country? Where are my rights? I'm not rich. I don't have access to those people, but I have access to their address and I got a fucking typewriter and I got a fucking some envelopes and stamps. Does it mean anything? Does it do anything? No. But it should if we pile it on thick enough. And the fact that all of these women, daughters, and relatives of certain senators and representatives are coming out publicly in support of women's rights and explaining like how hypocritical some of these pricks are. The fact that they paid off mistresses for abortions and so on. And so again, this is an example of fucking the poor or the working class in this country and convincing the imaginary fucking middle class that somehow this is going to benefit them. It's the American dream in the sense that you've got to be asleep to enjoy it, says George Carlin. And so for those people that don't have an inner monologue, those neurotypical people who can turn off their thoughts and just go to bed at night and sleep like fucking babies after fucking raping the environment and raping the rights of women in this country, they don't have that Jiminy fucking Christmas. They don't have that little guy in there to say, you know what? It's kind of fucked up. Maybe we should be thinking about something else. And that scares me. And that's why we got to be neurospicy right now. We got to get our yayas out. We got to do the things that empower us and make us strong. No more being ashamed. No more self-loathing. No more self-doubt. No more gaslighting ourselves in this case because something is wrong or defective with us. Bullshit. This is the same thing as Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now towards the end when he's talking about, they won't let them write fuck on an airplane that's dropping bombs on children because it's obscene. You understand? You get this? You dig? This is neurotypical thinking. They're amazing at this compartmentalization of the Dunning-Kruger effect and all these other things they do, mental gymnastics, in order to hold these ideas simultaneously. As far as being pro-life because I dumped some semen in your fucking mom one night and got lucky with a little bit of electrical fucking action there. And now the egg is going to turn into possibly a being. And so their mind is that this life is beginning. Well, fuck, if that's the case, then give them bitches them rights right then at that point. But they're not. Because after you're born, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Carlin was right. They don't give a fuck about you. They're in a big club and we're not in it. That fucking table that they're playing fucking transnational fucking poker on, pulling out of our pockets and keeping us divided and all that other horse shit. That table's about ready to get fucking knocked over. They know it. And that's why they're doing all this other horse shit, this absurd crap. And so now is the time for neurospicy people to get together, to communicate, to start linking up, to start organizing, to start having fun and start feeling good about ourselves for a change. And accept the fact that our neurodivergence is a gift. It's a gift from evolution. We are the first responders. We are the frontliners. We are the long-range reconnaissance fucking patrol because we look for patterns. Our ancestors, when they're running out in the fucking jungle with a goddamn blow gun and a fucking rock on a stick or whatever to get some goddamn food, would look across the jungle, and I bet you the neurodivergent motherfuckers never went hungry. Neurotypical people had to depend on them. And so in order to do that dependence through the chain of civilization, they've got to make us fucking feel bad. They got to like create a system that fucking keeps us down. So we don't use our special powers to realize, hey, that's fucked up. We need to fix that. You see where I'm going with this? It's not us. It's them. And we have the numbers. That's why it's going to be neurospicypodcast.com. Yes, there are some other people that are sort of dabbling in this area, talking about neurodivergence and sexual perversion or sexual gratification and so on. And I think it's a great place. It's a great place to build confidence as an adult, is to make sure that you are satisfied in your personal life. From that center where we're at as being neurospicy, we can do incredible things. You know this. You know we're capable of incredible things. We work great under deadline, all the things that happen with ADHD people, right? And simultaneously, we can be the goddamnedest worst fucking nightmare for somebody. And that shit's about to happen. If they don't fucking draw back on what they're doing in this war against women, fuck around and find out. We know this is going to happen, and that's why I got to get out of here. It's not for my fucking safety. It's for the rest of you motherfuckers out there that aren't in this game, that aren't here and being neurospicy. How many SWs out there that are helping these platforms, draw people and attention and build them up, and then they get kicked out because of the fact that their sexuality, their wares online in order to support themselves and their children. Again, a war on women. I never realized how fucking much we hate women in this country. That our mommy issues are that fucked up. Unfucking believable. So yeah, I'm gonna be neurospicy for a while. I'm living my life as authentic as can be. And being neurospicy is the key here. Because that's who I am. I love women and women love me. For the most part. But right now it's a war on women. And so if we love them, we need to support them. I keep posting pictures of Lestrada because that makes sense to me. If you're a woman right now, ain't no motherfucker should be getting a pussy. Because we have fucking fucked up. And you need to be very specific about that. Like saying, I'm sorry, man, Pet Benatar, sex is a weapon here. Yeah, that's all I got to fight with. You ain't getting none, hun, until you get these motherfuckers to change what's happening. My body, my choice, right? This 1/3 of this country that is fucking moronic, racist, fucking idiotic, whatever else, I'll guarantee you, if we look at those numbers of those supporters, it'll be staggeringly amazing that we don't find people that have neurodivergent thinking in those groups. We could almost guarantee it. And when people say, well, we don't have the numbers, well, in my reality tunnels, we do. I've created some platforms for myself where it's all neurotypical people, and then the other platform is all neurodivergent people. Where do you think I have the most fun, the most action, the most following, the most understanding, the most support, the most commitment from people? Yes, it's from my own neurodivergent tribe. So yeah, let's be spicy. Let's talk about our sexuality. Let's talk about our desires. let's talk about the things that we really want to do that have been sort of put away or pushed away from us because we're too much. We can't sit still. We can't pay attention. Whatever else, we're too messy. All these things that happen. Guess what? It's a new day. I fucking declare it right now. It's a new fucking day. Are you with me? You're either with me or against me at this motherfucking point. That's how I look at it. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people. I've lived in many countries in my lifetime. I've been a promoter, been a lecturer, been an outlaw. I've been on the desert on a horse with no name, just getting caught in the rain. Um, and I look at the sort of trajectory of my life. I've been alive 20,000 and some odd days and change. Passed a few days ago. It's on my Chinese phone that, yeah, you're at 20,000 days old. 20,000 days that I've been on this fucking rock floating around in space. And thank God I finally learned how to kind of slip in and out of time when I was younger, Kurt Vonnegut. Thank you very much. But before I get out of this one, we got to fix some shit. And I know it's against the prime directive, right? You shouldn't usurp what's going on here. But I cannot live in a country that treats its women like this. This is why I don't do my shit in fucking Saudi or Oman or whatever else, even though the wheelbarrows of money that they want to give me, I can't take it. My internal value says that is wrong. It's bad enough that what I do now in this system that sort of supports and keeps it going on. That's why I'm taking my fucking spicy ball and going overseas again. I don't want to pay taxes into the system that does not treat women equal. I do not want to support a war on women for fucking religious rights, okay? I didn't sign up for a fucking theocracy. You can believe whatever you want. As far as I'm concerned, it's just like your dick. I don't need to see it, and I don't need it rammed down my fucking throat, and I don't need to believe in it either. Keep that shit in your pants. And I've got fantastic religious relatives through marriage and everything else. They're amazing. And they're having a hard time understanding where I'm at with witchcraft and all this fucking, iconography. And for me, it's a vibe check. It really is. Anybody that knows me deeply, kind of knows where I'm at, and maybe not. Maybe you're always fucking guessing, and I'd say that's because you're fucking neurotypical. But if you're neurodivergent, you're in the joke. You get the gag. And so, yeah, 6662669.com is an easy way for me to weed out motherfuckers that are going to waste my fucking time. You're a Christian. Forgive me. Otherwise, fuck off with your bullshit. If you want to live in a theocracy, go start another fucking country someplace else. Take your fucking colonizing pilgrims. Go someplace else. You can fucking do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Just don't fucking make nuclear fucking holocaust on us. Son of a bitch. I'm so neurospicy right now. I'm getting the spilkus. You know what I mean? Getting worked up. I can feel it. I'm like turning into fucking macho man savage right here in front of your very fucking eyes because of this shit. And so I need the distraction. I need the valve a little bit here to be neurospicy. So this is the pilot episode. We're just seeing how things are going to go. I got a feeling this is going to take. I've had some guests in the past, and I want guests quite often. I want to talk to frontline fighters here in this war on women in this country. I want to talk to other neurospicy, divergent brains and how they have tried to create a life for themselves. I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I went to Asia in 2007 in the sense that every day was a stimulation dopamine fest. So not so many issues because it's a fucking magical place off world, and that's why I'm going again. You come back to this shit, and the same old stuff, bread and fucking circuses and big old trucks and goddamn Bud Light and no fucking internal monologue to tell you that this shit is wrong. Shame on you. Yes, all men, myself included. So I apologize. Well, if you really want to believe it, why don't you cut your dick off? Yeah, just might. And shove it down your fucking throat, in this case. Fucker. No, I'm not cutting my dick off. You idiots. In your bullshit arguments. No. Like most men, I like my dick. And some people also like my dick. Some people think it's garbage dick. All right. You know, it's a garbage can. It's not a garbage can, right? So I'm not changing anything except not putting up with your fucking bullshit. That's the bottom line for me. And to be neurospicy is to accept it and to embrace it and let it soothe those wounds and those scars over the years that your families and your loved ones and fucking relationships that fucked you over because they couldn't understand or couldn't handle you. It's in the past, baby. It's in the past. We're all about the neurospicy fucking rodeo right now. You just got to know what consent is, and you got to know your honorifics. We'll be talking about that in detail because it's a fascinating idea that when you meet somebody and you play with somebody, that you basically have sort of direct communication of what is cool and what's not. What's the safe word, right, baby? Is it red light, green light, yellow light? How are we doing? What's the honorifics? No, I don't want to be called this. I want to be called that. You see this direct communication for someone who is neurospicy is fucking amazing. There's no more fucking guesswork. It's like being in the union. It's like being in the guild, of 66269. And the guild has rules. We have our rules, and we say, hey, we're going to do this. We want to do this, this, and this. You try a little bit, and then you adjust and say, well, okay, let's try this, this, and that. It's fucking fantastic. All of that weird, puritanical, fucking repressive, cis male horse shit out the fucking window. Because you're authentic. You're being authentic with the person or persons you're playing with. For my polys out there, I listened a little bit to somebody talk about their 12-year-old being, what did they say? Yeah, they call it. It was a strange nomenclature, and I'm very skeptical because of my age, Gen Xer. I'm skeptical of nomenclature because it leads to dogma. Even though I love things like Fed Life, whatever else, there's too many people that are really sort of cornholed, no pun intended, on the nomenclature of what they are. I'm sorry, I'm a success in progress, and my purpose is to be a switch in this sense because some days I do want to be Big Papa Daddy Don. And other days, hey, I want to be I want to be a baby. Not with a fucking diaper or anything else like that. I'm not that fucking crazy, but I shouldn't judge those people that are into that. But I'm gonna wear one anyway. I'm old, so why advance the process? You know, that's the thing about being divergent is that you can flip the switch. What's wrong with that? Why is this a fucking problem? It's not. It's not. It's all been a yoke that we have taken on that we did not ask for. And so now we break these chains. Today, here towards the end of June, on the 27th, it's a Monday for us here in the Pacific Northwest. It's going to be another pretty warm day. It was like 94 degrees yesterday. And of course, I upped my Danny No P to about 250 milligrams, so I was cooking. I'm still cooking. It's fucking fantastic. Okay. Got to just to stay hydrated. So let's break these chains. Let's make our neurospicy community. I may not be the best guy to put this flag up the fucking hill, but I'm doing it. Got the domain, I got the podcast, and everything, and I don't mind. I can share if I think someone's worthy. But I know what it's like if you don't have a master cylinder in the engine. The fucking engine doesn't run. Your boy here is a fucking diesel. COVID can't kill me. Bullets can't kill me. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've been fucking wrecked. I've been motorcycle fucking ragdolled, nearly drowned, nearly poisoned. I'm notoriously famous for surviving all kinds of crap. Why? Because I'm neuro fucking divergent. because I think differently. I just had a meeting last night with the Chinese doctor who looked at my injuries, looked at my imaging, and said, you need to lay in bed. Do not move. No exercise. No more lifting. I said, well, this motherfucker is neurotypical. He's not neurodivergent. Thank God for Dharma and Greg. Thank God for Jenna Elfman. In the last part of the season, when she got injured, she said, I got to go on my own journey, man. I got to go on my own healing journey. That's neurodivergence, by looking at things differently and saying, I'm not listening to your fucking diagnosis. Look at our homie at Smashworks. The motherfucker's got leukemia. Lung, very serious thing. When he went to Shanghai and he rolled all bloody on his towel or everything else because of the pollution. This guy's been fighting against, a fatal diagnosis for years. It's like Cher and Mask, fucking if they told me every time this motherfucker was going to be dead, I'd be fucking eating egg rolls in China digging his grave. You got to be neurodivergent. You got to do it. I think a lot of people have the ability to do it if they could tune into it, but we've repressed ourselves. We know repression is bad. That's why these fucking idiots are shooting up schools and shit, man. The same way that you get a fucking 16-year-old kid to, strap a fucking vest of C4 in his ass and walk into someplace so he can go to a fucking magical fucking heaven. If that's not a fucking scary parallel story to this American Taliban bullshit, I don't know what to tell you. If you're living in one of these fucking states where they want fucking your husband, uncle / cousin, nephew to force you to have his fucking incest rape baby, get the fuck out. Run away. There's states that are going to uphold this woman's right, even though it's a war on women, and that's what it should be called, exactly. And there will be some sanctuary and refuge, and we're just edging, talking about being neurospicy. These Zuck buddy fucking Nazi fucking capitalist cocksucking techno fucking, what do we call them, technocrats? These Anne Ryan fucking idiots in their fucking fountainhead. It's like, oh yes, we control the women. We need more babies. I mean, they're just elated, trying to. This is the only way these fucking degenerates can drop their fucking goo. It's like Kurt Russell in fucking Death Proof. Michael Parks was right when he said, why does somebody do this shit? It's because they got something going on up there. But I can promise you, it's not a neurodivergent brain that would do that. There's too many thoughts in there. There's too many monologues to look at all the worst case scenarios of doing some fucking horrible shit like this. But if you're an asshole that doesn't have an inner monologue, which to me basically means you also don't have a fucking conscience. You don't have Jiminy Cricket in there, fucking telling you, the sun will come out fucking tomorrow, whatever it is, over the rainbow. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a conscience, then your morality, yes, will be defined by some asshole like fucking Greg Locke, Pastor Greg Locke. What a piece of shit. Trying to tell you how to live, how to think, how to be. And people put it on. They put on these fucking ready-made identities. And having a soul is difficult. Having a soul is a burden. It means you feel fucking things. And so my new thing is going back to being a Voight-Kampff inspector. When people are trying to ask me or find out what's going on with me, I'm asking them the questions. If I give you a calfskin wallet, what do you do? If the child comes up to you with dead butterflies in a killing jar, what do you do? If your significant other decides to put a naked picture of a male or a female on a bearskin rug on the wall, what do you do? What if you're out on a deserted island and you see a tortoise and you flip him over and his belly's exposed to the sun and he's moving his legs? What do you do? Well, like, why in the fuck do you flip him over anyway, right? Those are replicants, right? That's the test for replicants. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for replicants. We're looking for either NPC or hosts at this point in this simulation. True story. It sounds fucking cuckoo. But again, if you don't have a little inner man there, or woman, or whatever it is, and sometimes some of you motherfuckers got a whole gangbang going up in there, you got to sort of sort that out a little bit. Okay, 18 Faces of Eve or whatever the fuck it was. Stop fucking letting them tune into that guy and having him fuck you up with a bunch of negative self-talk. Just stop it. Accept that you are neurodivergent. Be neurospicy. And so let the neurospicy begin. Fucking podcasts, social media, t-shirts, maybe neurospicy fucking hot sauce, neurospicy sex lube, neurospicy toys. We're talking about a new multiverse here for divergent people where they can be happy with their whimsy, where these things that you're supposed to give up as a child, you don't have to give up anymore because it brings you joy, makes you happy. So fuck anything that doesn't make you happy anymore. Okay, I promise you. All right, I'm going to leave with a little bit of information here. I might as well keep the heat on. It's hot, baby. It's hot. And because it's hot, we got some information that we need to lay out here. The funny part is they are continually trying to quash this information, which is unusual to me that it's that sort of a big of a deal in the sense. And now I'm having difficulty, of course, locating the source of the story because it's gone now. And so Facebook and all these other platforms are doing their damnedest to erase this information, which should indicate that it does have value in this case. So hopefully we can source it out here, and I want to repost because Instagram shut it down. Now they've shut down the feed for me, and so now I understand. I understand now with creators, they talk about being censored or stifled for speaking the truth, and I'd say, well, just do something else. But now it's happening to me, and I understand it. And I really don't like to listen to people bitch about it too much either, because there's not a lot of people fucking do about it. So I would suggest you would use a neurospicy strategy here, which is to think of ourselves as being guerrilla fighters, as being the underground. The fantastic document of the Dutch underground during the occupation of Nazi Germany and Netherlands, and what you could do at work to sort of, continue to go to work about and do your business and so forth, but yet you're a fucking amazing saboteur. Just by being sort of incompetent in some ways. It's a great direct action on companies. You got companies that are busting unions or whatever else, they don't want to let you organize. Okay. Fuck around and find out. Call the Pinkins to do the surveillance and all that shit. Fuck around and find out. You can slow down work. You can start doing fucked up shit at work because hey, you're neurodivergent, right? You got ADHD. It's accepted that you probably do something silly like maybe put a wrench on the fucking assembly line. So I should post a link to this book. It's fascinating. The Dutch resistance in World War II is fascinating for me because in the beginning, not everybody was on board. That's sort of the secret about Northern Europe is a lot of those countries. They were like, candy apples with fucking, Nazi skis up their ass. We saw that like in the American version of the girl with the dragon tattoo. The fact that they had Nazis in the fucking woodwork. Guess what? Guess what we got here, ladies and gentlemen? I know for a fucking fact that there are fucking white supremacists in my family. I heard that shit growing up. Fucking disgusting bullshit. You got them in your family too, and I'll promise you they are not neurodivergent. I want to see the data. You can disprove me. Go ahead, disprove me. Show me the personality types that gravitate to this fascist, fucking anti-woman, anti-fucking everything else, control, little dick energy, LDA bullshit. Show me the neurospicy. And like Jane says, there is no sex in their violence. True story. Rape is not about sex. It's about fucking power. And now the ultimate fucking insult is now they're going to have power over a woman's body and they're going to force them to have that fucking baby. Unfucking believable. On our watch. We have failed. We have failed. So again, anything that we're talking about direct action related to slowing things down at work if they don't like your union, people of color, BIPOC people, have sort of known about this for quite a while. We can hear sometimes black comedians sort of talk about, like, how they are at work, because the system's fucked them. The system is fucked up. So, hey, don't bring your A game, motherfucker. You're not paying for it. If they're paying for it, yeah, okay. Even Steven, right? Maybe you're working for a neurodivergent boss, or they're also neurospicy at your work. Fan-fucking-tastic. Work together, get your fucking skrill and make it happen. But for a lot of you, you are stuck in these fucking jobs. That's why there's a great resignation after all this, because people realize that this shit's bullshit. I'm not saying that's the way to go, but I know that's why people are doing it. And the best thing you can do if you're neurospicy is work for yourself, or cooperate or co-op with other neurospicy people on a project or something. Whether it's being neurospicy online, selling your time, whatever it is, being an SW, maybe a coffee shop, doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, get together, get out of the system, get out of the matrix. It's not for you. It is for neurotypical people. That's why they do not have an inner fucking monologue, because they're not wired that way. And we're trying to play by their rules. It's not gonna happen. So it's your frontier. It's not your parents' world anymore. This is your multiverse. You have to be willing to jump. Anything worth doing is going to come at a risk, and it's going to be scary as fuck for a lot of people. And I'm glad that the younger kids are trying to embrace this. But I don't want them to embrace it like buying a fucking SWAT lunchbox or something, because it's popular. I want it to be real and sincere. And so I think that's the thing we're going to see as well, is that push will come to shove as we continue to emerge and connect with each other for being neurospicy. We will start having certain types of vibe checks. Not everybody's going to make it. I'm sorry. Not everybody can do it. Some people are putting on the neurospicy hat because it's a great way to get laid, or at least have some fun. And so I think this is something that we need to examine. How do we do this, right? For me, Rocky Horror was always the biggest vibe check. If somebody can enjoy Rocky Horror, they're in. That means that they're open to taking themselves not so serious. They're open to having music as an adult. They're open to a wider range of sexuality. Yes, people have said it was perverted, it was deviant, whatever else, because those are neurotypical people. The first time I saw it, I thought it was the greatest fucking thing ever. Do I want to be a sexy transvestite from Transylvania? No, that's not my thing. But if somebody else wants to do it, what the fuck do I care? And they're grooming the children. They're turning our children up. Shit. What's ruining your kids is religion. It's fucking form of child abuse. I mean, think about all of our people, all of our neurospicy people have come out of various sort of oppressive, culty type religions, or different sort of organizations from that way. I would say that a lot of neurospicy creators, believe it or not, a lot of them are former Mormons. What does that say? So there's a lot of interesting data that can be had in this case if we start looking at it. And again, I'm not the best person to do this, because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I am what I am. I'm a fucking gorilla, 300 fucking pounds, and I can rip a man's arm out of his fucking socket at whim. I just choose not to do it because I'm fucking neurotypical. I have that conversation. If we do this, what could happen? And if that happens, how's that going to happen? Da, 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 da. So that conversation is in there. Even as angry as I get sometimes, I have to be disciplined with my strength. It's my greatest fear, is hurting another individual, aside from myself. But I'm done doing that. I'm done doing that. I don't want to do that anymore. And you can't make me fucking feel bad about it. You cannot make me feel bad for being myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my lifestyle does not jive with your lifestyle anymore, especially my former significant other. I'm stepping out of the way because I pity the fact that I've been trying to hold on to this so hard in so many different ways. It does not work for them. It's okay. It doesn't have to. As long as we can be civil with each other and continue to work with each other, just like everybody else, like other neurotypicals that I have to deal with, it's okay. You just don't have to do my thing, and I don't fucking do your thing. All right? Is there something in between? Could be, but let's put it on paper. Let's play the game. Let's talk about consent. Let's talk about the honorifics, what it is that we want out of these relationships. And so people are complaining that, the lefties are doxing, fucking ear raper Brett Kavanaugh by giving out his address and so forth. It's pretty serious. I mean, I got some information from different areas of people being very upset about this, and I'm sure it's put me on another radar again, just like when I called Mar-a-Lago or called Ted Cruz, whatever else. And hopefully they just say, well, this guy's, he's cuckoo, and so that's what he does. He's harmless. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out. So if you want to put me on the list, whatever, I don't give a shit. I know that being in China for so long is another fucking black mark in my permanent record. Yeah. I guess I won't get that good citizenship job anymore. You know what I mean? Take the bull by the horns, do the best you can with what you got. And that's what we need to do. I'm still stuck. I'm still trying to find this information here. And it pisses me off that it's already been torn down so quickly. So that's another indication that they definitely don't want to not fucking deal with this shit. They're going to try to sweep it under the rug as much as possible, even though, there's so many stories of people of conflict of interest, people that are judges that have appointed other people and so on. It makes me realize that, yeah, it's fucking rigged for typicals, man. It's not there for us as neurotypical. But that's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. People are going to run for office and say, hey, guess what? I'm neurospicy. You watch. Let's see what fucking politician is brave enough to claim that they're neurospicy in order to try to get our vote. That ought to be hilarious in my mind. I don't know what you think, but I think that's pretty fucking funny. Some people in politics will do anything and say anything to get a vote. Right, Lindsey Graham? Right, Chuckle Fuck? Yeah, I mean, they're just disgusting. They're really fucking horrible people. And because you have to be extremely wealthy to play at that level of the game, that also keeps them very separated from what we do, right? Gaudine, enough. All right, let me put this on pause. This is getting frustrating. I can't find the information. All right, we're gonna close out with a little more information here. This verboten information that's causing me headaches, so I want to just keep pushing on it. So just bide with me, will you? Send all your beer and your beer paraphernalia, all of your like beer signs, beer boxes, 12-pack cases. Send all of that shit to Brett Kavanaugh. You can have an address here for him at Underwood Street, Chevy Chase, Maryland, 20815. A lot of these fuckers have addresses in Maryland. So that's the thing. It's not even their fucking home address. I don't know why people are pinching their ass over this as being sort of like a big doxing thing. It's no different than writing my fucking representative at his office, okay? Same thing. People send me shit all the time that I don't want either. Most of it's fucking junk mail. And a lot of this stuff will be the same. But again, if you got some leftover fucking 12-pack cases or whatever else, please send them to Brett Kavanaugh. Maybe write a note on there and say, you, sir, are corrupt. You're unqualified. Who paid your fucking your bills off before you became a justice? Okay, and there's no justice in that motherfucker at all. And so you can hit him up at Underwood Street, Chevy Chase, Maryland, 20815. While you're at it, grab Captain fucking pubic hair in his coat, long dong fucking silver there. His wife who bust all those fucking traitors over there that tried to fucking take over democracy. And it's Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas lives at 6665 Rutledge Drive, Fairfax Station, VA 2203009.
About final expense life insurance. How are you today?
I am fine, but actually, that wasn't me. That was some sort of marketing website that has given my information to everybody. I have plenty of life insurance, so thank you. Please take my number. Please take my number off. Yeah, fuck off. Again, this is the same old bullshit. So we're gonna block that. Yeah. All right. Where were we? We were doing some good trouble here. We were doing some diversity work before we got interrupted by someone trying to sell me fucking life insurance because I'm trying to finance another deal here, and so in the process I went shady and ended up in this fucking call center in the Philippines, and now I've got fucking super. This is the experience that I want to share with these people. Okay, I want them to have the same fucking annoying feeling of being called and lettered for being an idiot in this case. So again, Clarence Thomas lives at 6665 Rutledge Drive, Fairfax Station, and Virginia, VA 22039. I'll post these up as well. They can't take it down if enough of us post it. And so maybe send him a Coke. Don't send him pubic hair. That's kind of weird. But if you want to send him some glitter, I think he could use some glitter. Him and Ginny, maybe some like star spangled dollar store glitter. They probably got some red, white, and blue shit. They probably like. Yeah, yeah. They deserve it, right? Fucking true Americans. Yeah. Chief Justice John Roberts, and I'm going to dox all these cocksuckers whether they voted for this or not because there's only one or two people in there that I think probably held the line. I haven't looked at the vote itself directly, but we know who the fucking culprits are. And so we're definitely if you have a penis and you're a SCOTUS, you're on this fucking list. If you're not fucking the zombie Ruth Bader Ginsburg or Sotomayor or the other lady, that you were on this fucking list. Okay. So we can get Chief Justice John Roberts. He lives at 6805 Meadow Lane, Chevy Chase, Maryland. So apparently, Chevy Chase, Maryland is a great place for lifelong appointed fucking judges who want to fuck our Constitution. And so it's the same zip code there. It's 20815. Samuel Alito. Judge Alito is at 1120 Greenway Road in Alexandria, Virginia, 22308. Well, when something happens to them, you came out there, friends. No, this shit is all over the fucking internet. I'm just telling my fucking friends about this in case they want to write a letter to say that they are less than satisfied with the ruling. I think as a citizen, we have that right, don't we? Doesn't matter. They'll fucking take it away from us anyway. But until then, check your motherfucking mail, Samuel. Amy Coney Barrett. Old Coney Island, huh? Sat right there on the stand and looked us right in the eye and said, no, we knew that shit was not going to fly. This motherfucking Stepwork Vive bullshit. She's at 2035 Stephanie Marine Drive in Falls Church, Virginia, 22043. Bitch, you're getting a letter. Big time. Neil Gorsuch. He lives at 11521 Dalen Ter, Potomac, Maryland, 28054. And I'll post these because obviously they're kind of weird, except for Chevy Chase. Who apparently also was an asshole on the show The Community, which is sad because I like it. I wish they could have been modern problems, and now he's a modern dickhead. What is it about boomers? What is it about your hemorrhoids that get so fucked up that it makes you assholes? Please stop. Come on, man. Come join us on the neurospicy side. This is where the action's at, baby. If you don't believe me, come back in a week or so. You'll find out like how much progress we've made. Seriously. All right, so we'll post this up. Get it in the mail. Be safe if you're going to do direct action. Be safe. Be smart. Don't fucking tell people on social media. Don't tell anybody. Be fucking clandestine. Go old school. Old school. My Gen Xers, old school. Omerta, 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 omerta. Fucking honor it. All right. You know what it means. You know what it means. They're gonna want you to fucking rat. They're gonna want you to rat on yourself, and they're gonna want you to rat on your fucking friends. Don't do it. That's neurotypical shit. If you're gonna do some shit, be ready to do your fucking bit. That's the way it is. Okay. If you're not prepared to do the bit, then don't do the shit. Do something else, like send these pricks a letter. Okay. And keep sending them letters, and keep sending them fucking beer packages and everything else. Got nice bunch of stuff here that I've been saving in my neurospicy, filth encrusted record den, as we used to call it in the zine. It's a Josh McCartan giveaway, filth encrusted record den, right? Hilarious. So I got a lot of good stuff here. My significant former, her bestie over in Czech Republic has been sending like recycled letters, like on cereal boxes and shit. It's cute as fuck. It's amazing. It's like you're really fucking around with the multiverse by sending basically your trash in mail across the world, and now we have this thing that's going to be an artifact here that someone will not understand in many years. Like, how did this end up here? Yeah. And so, hey, Brett, I know you like your beer, buddy. This one's on me, motherfucker. Neuro Spicy, keep it real. See you on the flip side.